All right, so we're here today with the June 1993 Thrasher Skateboard magazine. We got Mark Gonzalez on the cover doing a frontside ollie with this really old school looking board. And I know it was 1993, but even for that time, this was clearly an old school board. Just for the record, I was born in October 1993, so this magazine was before I was even born. And Mark Gonzalez is still relevant in today's skateboarding, so that goes to show how good of a skateboarder he is. All right, we're gonna open it, and we got this. An Airwalk ad. Those shoes look wild. So one thing I really noticed about these old vintage Thrasher magazines are the emphasis on curb skateboarding and how often you will see people skating curbs in this magazine, which is really interesting to me because I think the whole curb skate culture has made a full 360 and we're kind of back to that in a way, but you could tell that ledge skating at this time was just kind of beginning because the curbs are very predominant. As you can see here, Omar Hassan doing a curb. It almost looks like he's doing like a nose slide from there all the way around. But it's really sick how he's getting on the curb. You could tell that the pop out. The leverage was good on that one. They got the mail drop. Still. Bad dad, I found your magazine in my daughter's room and decided to write you a short note about it. After reading your December 92 issue, I can see why children are confused and lost. You have a skateboard magazine filled with filthy language and satanic pictures. Page 56 is a prime example of why kids nowadays become violent after reading this trash. Do you always snoop through your daughter's room? Till death do you part with your Thrasher t-shirt. It's cool how they like still kind of use this logo from time to time. We got some more. Wait, we got, what was that? We have, I actually just saw something crazy. So there's a guy. It looks like he's skating Wallenberg. This could be Wallenberg. He's skating at like a ledge, which is really interesting. I know people did that back then. I remember in Mark Gonzalez's video days, I saw him do a line skating Wallenberg as a ledge. We got some art going on here. Z roller truck. I guess that was like a big deal back then. I don't really know much about it, but here we are with the curb skating again. New Deal switch stance. 5-0 to nose grind to varial. That's a sick one. It's just funny that it's just on a curb. Oh man, look at these shirts. A lot of these shirts, they still have in today's day. Like this one right here, you see a lot of people wearing that one still. But then this one, I feel like this one would probably be really rare and could be worth a good amount of money. Who knows though? Oh man, this is so sick. The subscribe photo. This is this dude doing like an insanely cool looking back lip slide. Wow, look at this one. That's awesome. Got Mark Gonzalez right there. Look how young he looks. We got some alley-oop to rails. We're doing some vert skating. Look at this Zoo York ad from back in the day. It's just like martial artist Ivan Perez, stunt photography, Schaefer. He's just doing, it looks like a heel flip. That's sick though. It's like very like lo-fi. Spot check. It's literally a curb. Like, isn't this crazy how this is in a Thrasher skateboard magazine. Like, comparatively speaking to like a modern day Thrasher, where it's like, you know, you open up to like any page and it's just like the level of skating has just really increased dramatically. But back to the 93 issue. This is hilarious. So, how to get sponsored. We're not saying it's right, but a lot of people get into skating with dreams of achieving professional status. If sponsorship is your mission, this list could help you become the next superstar. Skate every day for 3 years. I love how it's just the 3 years. They just threw that on. Like, that's the time that you need to have to be able to get sponsored. Hang with rippers in your area. If you can't hang, you must be a kook. Ride only the flyest gear. Steal, maim, or kill for purple blind jeans. You know, it's funny because it's like a lot of this stuff kind of does. Obviously, it doesn't. The stealing and all that kind of stuff doesn't track over, but you can tell they're being like somewhat sarcastic. But a lot of this is just kind of common sense that definitely still is relevant today. Like, make a video with 6 kill tricks and calculate it around. Only send shit that you stick. No toe, tail drags, and bails. Like, that's still very predominant today. Travel, you need to go, because you want to skate the spots that your heroes skate, you know? You look at like Courthouse, New York City, Brooklyn Banks, things of that nature. Like, if you could do a trick that at a spot that a pro has done something at, it speaks volumes because pros are familiar with those spots as well. And you want to touch what your heroes touch, you know? Don't send your video to everyone. Focus on the companies you like. Include photos, contest results, and rave about how much you love them. Go to all the demos. Don't try and learn every new trick that comes out. Pick certain ones and do them consistently. So this was at a time, 93, I feel like a lot of new tricks must have still been coming out. But this still is very relevant today because a lot of skateboarders can focus on what they're good at and kind of just hone in on that, and that becomes like their skate style, you know? Like, I've never really been one to like back tail slide, but I've always been good at blunt slides and back feebles and stuff. So I've kind of stayed in that realm and just like perfected those tricks while trying to like, obviously I learn new tricks, but just like really perfect the ones that you're good at. And don't be a dick. I mean, that goes without saying. Let the companies call you. If you are down, they will be in touch. So, according to Thrasher Magazine, 1993, this is how you get sponsored, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we got a sequence down here. You guys doing a note? It's just a nose slide, man. I hope, like, it's funny because I don't even know if this is like Switch or anything, but it just says casual realities, and it's literally just this homie doing a nose slide on a ledge. Look at this ad right here. UFO, prepare yourself for the future of skateboarding with UFO products and the coming of Captain Urethane. We got an ad that's got a bunch of things going on, which is sick. You can tell the curb skating was coming up a little bit, like that. We're getting a little bit taller in the height. We got a super old Thunder ad right here. That's cool. We got this guy doing a nose slide on a rail for the upcoming video Harvest, available in May 93. Get our promo video out now and new product for spring. Call or write for catalog. Isn't this so crazy? Like, call or write. Like, this is like almost like a different like dimension that we're looking at right now. Obviously, it's like a different time of skateboarding, but everything just took so much longer, and I feel like everything was like a slower process. Like, it wasn't just instant gratification of just, you know, here's the next trick, here's the next trick. Like, you have to wait for the videos. And I mean, I think this is Hubba Hideout. Yeah, dude, Hubba Hideout. We got nose slide, shove, Hubba Hideout. That's really sick. Guessing this is Chico Brene. He's got kick, backside flip. These sequences are awesome. And then it's funny because we got all we got Hubba Hideout, right? And then we got this backside flip, and then we're like right back to the curves with a nose slide. Nose slide crook, switch 5-0. Wait, okay, let's run this back. Nose slide crook, switch 5-0, crook. Shove it. That's crazy. And then we got some big airs. Rick Howard, legend. OG Plan B ad. Get the art direction. It's cool how Thrasher's kind of always been doing the art stuff. Young Ed Templeton making the art back in the day. So we got original Henry Sanchez interview, which is really sick. This guy's a San Francisco legend. I've been to San Francisco once in my life. I was on a family trip, so I didn't really skate that much, but yeah, this is sick, man. This is like another thing about these magazines. I feel like switch stance was like a huge thing. Later in this magazine, you'll see like they get in like a discussion about just talking about switch stance and how it's like the new thing, and how, you know, if you learn switch, it's like learning skating. And like skating switch back then just seemed like a brand new kind of concept. I got this young Mark Gonzalez. We got to read this. We got to pay homage to the legend. It was very hard to get a hold of Mark Gonzalez. His agent kept saying that he was unavailable. When I called and explained that we were willing to pay $20,000 for the exclusive interview and photo shoot, he finally returned my calls. The Thrasher leg jet whistled the Gons up to the San Francisco, and the rest is history. So for anyone that doesn't know Mark Gonzalez, I mean, for anyone that's even still watching this video, for that matter, is Mark Gonzalez is like a pioneer of street skateboarding, and he's still out there doing stuff. Like, he has like a YouTube channel where he'll just post random stuff doing like curb skating, and I mean, he's got video parts. He is the most influential skateboarder of all time. That goes without saying. But this is kind of like the gap that he claimed. It's at Embarcadero, which is in San Francisco, I believe. They call it EMB. So yeah, this dude just kickflipped this, and this was a big deal back then because no one was, I think someone ollied it, maybe he ollied it, but he was the first one to kickflip it. A lot has changed in skating since 1987. EMB was just another spot in the city. When Mark Gonzalez first jumped this gap, okay, so he first jumped it, and then they christened it the Gons. After a long hiatus, Mark came back and one-upped himself with the kickflip and rode away clean. Look at this kickflip too. It's like kind of mobbed in a weird way. Like, it's not like a really... Mark Gonzalez has like a different style of kickflip. That's like one thing that I've noticed about this dude. It's not like the ollie, level out, flick out. It's like it's not really like, look at this, dude. This is, in today's standard, this is like a mobbed kickflip, you know? Like, this is going to the moon rocket. But he just managed to make it happen. He makes it look sick. And that's style, man. This is straight style, pure and utter style, dude. That's what lives forever in skateboarding. It's just like, dude, this looks good. This is always gonna look good. He's wearing half cabs. He's keeping it classic. He's wearing like gym shorts, like gym pants. Like, this is sick, dude. Like, any era of skateboarding would look at this photo and be like, damn, that's a rad photo. He's doing something awesome. And then one really cool thing about Mark Gonzalez is he's like a vert skater too. If you watch any of his old video parts, he's always like skating vert too, which is really cool to kind of like have both of those genres of skating like combined into like one video part. Because I feel like back then people were either vert skaters or street skaters, and like vert obviously happened first. And then, you know, street kind of took over, but like Mark Gonzalez kind of just, you know, he did both. It's like a very like clear representation of like I skate street while I'm also doing vert. And it's like, yeah, it's kind of rare to see people like back then doing that kind of stuff. Yeah, okay, so here we are with this whole Switch talk. This is super funny. Switch! And it's like Chris Markovich. I actually met this dude back at the old Shelter, which is a skate park here in Albany, New York. He had a demo and he was there. Real cool dude. I don't really like remember like his personality, but like he was just fucking ripping. It's a whole new level moving on into the future. Switch stance is cool, but I don't do a lot of switch stance tricks. I'm just trying to learn all the tricks regular first. Day one song, said this. God, man. Now look at this dude. It's like starting all over again. Dan Drehobel. Dude, Dan Drehobel is a legend if anyone doesn't know who that is. Maybe people get bored of skating the regular way. Switch stance, and they always kind of word it like this. It's all one word. Switch stance is broadening skating. It is another way to keep skating going into the future. It's hard sometimes, but I think it's rad being ambidextrous. Jamal Williams, dude, legend, man. The hardest thing is just getting your feet in the right position when you're going the other way. And like, we just got a whole collage of just like these switch tricks that were like, you know, a big deal back then because no one was doing switch. So, I mean, I think that's sick. And then we got more words talking about switch stance, man. Ice-T, let's get it. This guy's a legend, man. Law and Order, SVU, man. Musician, actor, legend. Brand new being, and then we got that. I love how Thrasher always has they always got the bands. They interview the bands. They're still doing this too. And that's like a really cool thing that I noticed about this old school Thrasher is that, yes, there is like some super old school stuff in here. Like even these ads look like yellow pages in the back of a phone book, but there definitely is still like a form and a layout that they have kept with throughout all of these years. And these photos, this actually kind of made me do like a little double take when I first saw this, because like, dude, like this is crazy. You get phone orders, use your Visa, MasterCard, Express, or Discover. Mail orders, like this is how you used to buy boards. Like if you didn't have a skate shop, this is why you need to like support your local skate shop if you have one in your town, because you don't got to go through all this. But yeah, and then we got photo graffiti, which is what people send in. They still have this in Thrasher, but like, dude, this photo's sick, man. Kind of reminds me of like a young like Cardiel type style. Yeah, and we got some more kind of like ads and different things at the end of this. And this is cool. It says coming in July. It gives you a little sneak peek to the next issue, which is awesome. We're at Burnside here. Beneath Burnside Bridge in Portland, Oregon, a skater's dreamscape. Yeah, man, he's popping in from that. Like, you know, it's crazy. It's like, this is still absolutely nuts. And I feel like there's been like similar things like this to happen at Burnside as the years have gone on, but the height and the gnarliness has like gone up. Just like drop-ins on huge ramps. We got this really clean picture of Rick Howard doing what it looks to be either a backside kickflip or a backside heel. It might be switch stance, we never know. And yeah, there it is. That's Thrasher issue June 1993. I'm gonna do another one soon, so thanks for watching.